Hey there, Riddle 5th graders. Welcome to video 8. So far we've done several projects. We've made a pumpkin extremely up close. We did that sunset with the water. That was kind of an abstract looking. It wasn't really realism. Then we looked at a little bit of realism. We made our favorite candy. We looked at Chuck Close and we made an apple. We used complementary colors on the shading, so the opposite of the red of the apple would be green, so we used the green on top for the shading. We looked into the life of Pablo Picasso, who is one of my favorite artists because he's so unique, and he made up his own style and didn't care about what other people thought. He did his own art, and he became famous for it. We looked at some abstract art. We talked about Wassily Kandinsky, which reminds me I need to bring out a new Artist of the Month. Today we're going to look at making a haunted house. So to do that, I advise you guys working small. Working small. This is my art card, so I'm going to work small today. I'm going to have it tall ways. I'm going to start by making a little hill, and then I'm going to make two sides of a house. I'm going to make one of those old haunted house mansion looking things, like that. So there's a hill, and there's two lines. Next, I'm going to make a couple peaks, some points. Make 3 of them. Just kind of like some shapes. So what I'm doing is trying to make a roof line. So it's one of those old, tall, creepy old weird looking houses. I'm going to make a chimney here. I'm going to bring these roofs down. There we go. I'm going to sketch out a moon in the sky. I'm going to make a couple windows. And you can always hit, if I'm going too fast, just pause it. Here's my windows. Starting to look like a house. I'm just kind of sketching out some of these things, keeping it simple. Next, I'm going to make, it's going to have a picket fence. So I'm going to make these little points. Picket fence here. Okay. Next, I'm gonna make some bats in the sky, maybe a pumpkin in the window. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna introduce some yellow. I'm gonna make that moon nice and yellow. I'm using a colored pencil. When I'm working small, that colored pencil really works out very, very well. I'm going to make the inside of my windows, I'm going to use yellow so it looks like the lights are on inside the house. So I guess I'm starting with some yellow. I'm just kind of blocking in some color. Problem is, if I use black first, it will smear. Even with the pencil, it smears. It's really aggravating. So I just colored the windows yellow. The moon yellow, and then I'm going to use orange. Do a gradation of orange here, but I'm going to do orange in the sky. What I'm doing is just blocking orange in, coloring the entire sky with orange. I'm trying to press hard and then get a gradation in some places. Pressing hard here. Sort of like this, you know, press hard, get light. Pressing hard and light, it kind of really can help frame, it helps showcase my haunted house here, especially once I push that black in there. It's going to be an extreme contrast from just the dark, this dark black, to all of a sudden this like glowing orange. That's the huge contrast that I'm looking for here. There we go, look at that. I like it. So now, I'm gonna take black, I'm gonna color in, the house is gonna be entirely black, so it's gonna be like a silhouette. I'm coloring in my picket fence black also. And then I'm making the boards run across. Nicely done here. I'm coloring in the ground black. I'll show you once I make the ground black and my picket fence black. I'm just coloring it neatly. I mean, a crayon would work actually. Depends on how big you're working here. Working large sometimes can be easier, but working small is really nice. So you can work so much faster. Alright, so that design inside my door, that's like a decoration. Like a fancier door. Door's left open, so that's why it's yellow all the way in there, the doors. And then inside of my windows, I need to make those lines, because a lot of times windows have those breaks, those little pieces of wood that a lot of times it's just a decoration. I did make a pumpkin in this window, so I need to, I need to make the inside of this pumpkin yellow. You can see his eyes. Little jack-o'-lantern glowing in the window. This is a really small detail to be trying to make, but it worked. And if I'm working too fast, you can always hit pause. But pretty much what I'm doing now is I'm coloring. I'm working my way up here. Coloring in the house, I'll color in the bats. Everything will be black. Many of you are doing a really good job making your projects and finishing them. Half of any project is the coloring. So if it's not colored, it would be considered half finished. It's not really a finished product if it's not colored in. Whenever you're making something, it needs to look like it's complete. I've had a couple kids turn in some projects that did not look totally complete. I want it to look finished to receive credit for doing these projects. Just got it. Coloring the bats right now. Neat. The weather's really changing now, isn't it? Starting to see some of that actual fall weather where we get those cool evenings. Some people are already talking about turning the heat on in their house. It's getting cold. My wife maybe turn the heat on. Yeah, there it is. I like it. My haunted house. Oh, oh, oh. Now I could even add some red. Some red wouldn't be too bad. I'm gonna put some red around my sides and do a little gradation. just to make it look interesting. Showcase that yellow a little bit more by introducing the red. Let's see what happens. Ooh. So this is our project for week 8. Look forward to seeing your work. I really advise you guys, working small. This is a small little art card. It's like how small as my hand. It's like a baseball card. So you can work quick and easy. It doesn't have to take too much time. The idea is about 30 minutes once a week with art projects. So please take a picture of your art and post it so I can see it. I look forward to seeing your work. Please post it on the art discussion too. I know some people are sending me emails, and there's emails in the Schoology as well, but if you put it in the art discussion, it will be a lot easier for me to keep track of where it's at. So look forward to seeing it. See you later. Good luck.